Welcome to Theme Weavers, your weekly wisdom for weaving yoga themes into your classes to inspire your students. We're your hosts, Heidi
and Farin. Welcome, Theme Weavers. Today we are exploring the fourth chakra. We started this whole series on the chakras a few episodes back, so if you aren't familiar, that means that you were not listening to us clearly. But go back and please listen to episode 31, which is in season 2, episode 6, to get a general idea and get yourself caught up. Anyway, here we are today. Even if this is your first one on the chakras, you can just be like, hey, I'm good. I know where I'm at. I'm going to use this as some inspiration without needing to know the others. And anyway, I apologize, friends, if my voice sounds squeaky or weird. I've had like weird-ish, not laryngitis, but just like, I don't know, what would you call this?
Hoarseness
Hoarseness.
Due to
allergies for weeks now. It's just not getting better. But it's because I don't stop talking. Anyway, if this is your first episode that you're listening to of Theme Weavers, welcome. And please check out episode 2 of the first season, our Theme Weavers podcast, for details and background on the structure of how and why to weave themes through your classes. And if today you're going to use this teaching on the fourth chakra as your theme while using the gift of our inspo sheet, then please find a way to turn our voices into yours. Make this theme authentic to you specifically. Also, we're hearing from people and it just like fills our heart with joy that you're enjoying the podcast. In particular, I heard from somebody that I met, oh my God, so many years ago and haven't spoken to since, in a Baptiste Journey into Power teacher training, that she used our theming of, was it Saucha or Santosha? I think it was Santosha, of Santosha to help theme her class, and what a gift it was to her. And that just like, that filled me with such happiness that what we're doing and enjoying doing together is helping you and your teaching and going into the greater community. So telling us, I mean, maybe it's ego, but whatever, it feels good to know that our efforts are landing with you and that you're enjoying them. So either tell us, or even better, write a review on wherever you listen to. I don't even know how to do that. I've never left a review for anything that I've listened to, but I hear it's important. How do you leave a podcast review? Where do you do this?
It depends on where you're listening to your podcast.
Well, where do you listen?
On Spotify.
Okay, so on Spotify, if you're listening to Theme Weavers, how do you leave a review?
You go to like the podcast that you listen to.
I'm doing it right now, everybody, so you can join me, Theme Weavers.
And then you click on the 3 dots, and then it says rate show. There's a little star.
Maybe you're as tech challenged as I am, and you don't even know how to leave a review if you want to. But thank you for wanting to. All right, anyway, let us know. Follow us on Instagram. Farin makes some really cool content and cute blooper content that I actually laugh at because I think that we're kind of funny.
We're hilarious.
We're really funny. I was saying to my husband the other day, I'm like, we're actually really funny. I make myself laugh.
Did he agree? Did he watch them and like laugh too?
He did. He thought we were funny. And then I was like, is it just because you like know us and like us? He's like, no, you're actually funny. And he says when we talk to each other beyond just like share our Dharma talks, when we have conversation and banter like this, it's actually very engaging because it's like his favorite podcaster, Dax Shepard. He likes when they like connect and talk and like really talk about like how these things are showing up for them. That's interesting to listen to. All right, Farin, I'm done babbling. It's your turn to talk.
Banter babbling?
Banter babble. What would you call that? Bantabble. I'm done bantabbling.
Oh. All right. Yeah, so let's get into, what are we in? Fourth chakra. We're just like moving right on up to our heart.
We are.
Center.
Wait, I'm interrupting you.
Cool.
I also do not have that 3 dot. I don't have that option.
Oh, it's probably because you have an iPhone.
Oh, nope, you're right. If you just go to the show itself and the 3 dots, it does say rate show. Should I rate us?
Do it.
I'm going to do it. What do you guys think I should give us?
1 star. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I already rated us. I already rated us 5 stars. Oh my God. If I gave us 1 star, that would be ridiculous. Weirdo. Who would do that? All right. Tell us about, if you recall from our last time we were talking about, maybe it was the first episode about the chakras. I did not like that there was an odd number of chakras, but this one right here, this one we're going to talk about today, this is what makes the odd number good, right?
Yeah, this is the heart, because you have the fourth chakra is right at your heart center, which is like the center of your body if you're looking at it vertically. So So you have three above and three below. So the odd number is fine because it's actually like pretty even and balanced.
Yeah,
There
that
has to be a
works.
fulcrum in the middle.
A fulcrum? What the heck is a fulcrum?
Yeah. Yeah, it's part of physics.
I
It's
never,
like
t-
the
I never took
center
physics.
balancing point.
The
You
fulcrum.
never
That's a
took
big.
physics?
No.
That's like required over here. Ninth grade.
Ninth grade?
Yeah.
We took earth science at night. Wait, physics is a science, not a math, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we took earth
Right.
science and then biology and then chemistry. And then my senior year is a total blur. So maybe I did take physics and I just don't remember it.
Yeah, ours was physics, biology, chemistry, and then I took environmental science as an AP class,
Oh, that's
I think.
cool. I was only ever in two AP classes. One was AP Psych, which was great. One was AP Euro, and my teacher kicked me out after a month and sent me to like normal people since JFK class, which was a great
Mm.
class and I loved it so very much, but I did not last. And no, she was
Oh
booted
my
my butt out.
gosh.
Yep. All right.
I took so many AP classes,
Did you? You're so smart. Tell
like
me. What'd you take?
AP Environmental Science, AP Spanish, AP English Lit, AP English Lang and Composition. Uh,
We don't even have all those AP classes.
oh my gosh. I took so many that like when I started college, I already had like one semester done. Oh,
Our
economics.
Fresno is like apparently the place to be. I thought that like Massachusetts was supposed to be like up and up with our education. But like how did we even get here?
Fulcrum,
Fulcrum.
physics.
Tell me about the fulcrum, Farron. Go. Bring us
The
back.
fulcrum, it's the fourth chakra,
Yeah.
known as Anahata in Sanskrit.
Ay,
Yeah.
ay, ay.
So yeah, Anahata, referred to as the heart chakra, is located in the center of the chest, near the heart. It's the center of love, compassion, and emotional balance. The fourth chakra burns with the energy of unconditional love, inviting us to open our hearts to ourselves and to others. As we mentioned when we started the series of the chakras, where Heidi told us she hates odd numbers, the heart chakra is the center point of the chakras, three below, three. Think of it as a bridge or a fulcrum.
Depending on your your nice visual that you like to have, which helps you more, bridges or fulcrums. I like bridges.
I think a bridge makes sense here.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Anyways, learning about the heart chakra invites us to cultivate love and compassion in our lives and encourages us to connect deeply with ourselves and others, fostering empathy and understanding. By understanding and nurturing our anahata, we can heal past wounds, cultivate forgiveness, ew, and live from a
Ew?
place of love.
Ew?
Sometimes it's hard to forgive people, yo.
I don't know. I feel like I have an easier time forgiving other people than I do myself. And I have
Hmm.
an easier time forgiving people, but then staying really, you know that saying, I hate it, but like forgive but not forget. Because I don't forget,
Yeah,
even though I've forgiven, I like keep a protective barrier up as to not,
yeah, I do the same.
which isn't maybe actually forgiving. Maybe we're pretending it's forgiving, but it's not really.
Yeah. See, that's why it's so hard, and I
Maybe
don't
there's
like it.
like the forgiving koshas, like the layers of forgiveness. There's the external layer of forgiveness where like our words are there and we say
Uh-huh.
like I forgive you, all is well, and you hug it out. But then like what about the layers underneath that where like you permeate along with how you actually feel, where your mind is, your thoughts, all that kind of stuff, where your heart actually is versus where your mind tells your heart it is.
Yeah, I get you. The teachings of the heart chakra have ancient roots found in the earliest texts of yoga, including the Vedas and the Upanishads. While the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali do not explicitly mention the chakras, they offer guidance on cultivating love and compassion as essential qualities on the path of enlightenment. So, how do we know if our heart chakra is in balance?
You get a scale and you weigh it. No?
When you can forgive on all the levels. I don't
Yeah, when your forgiveness koshas are fully excavated.
know. When the anahata is functioning optimally, we feel a deep sense of love and compassion for ourselves and others. We're able to cultivate healthy relationships, express kindness and empathy, and forgive ourselves and others for past hurt. However, if the heart chakra is too open, we may become overly giving or codependent, neglecting our own needs in favor of others. Conversely, if it's closed or blocked, we may experience feelings of isolation, bitterness, or an inability to connect with others emotionally. In today's world, many of us struggle with issues related to the heart chakra, whether it's difficulty opening up emotionally, harboring resentment or bitterness, or feeling disconnected from ourselves and others. Working with balancing our heart chakra requires us to confront our past wounds and traumas, to cultivate forgiveness and compassion for ourselves and others, and it asks us to open our hearts fully, even when it feels vulnerable or scary. By nurturing our heart chakra, we can experience a deep sense of connection and belonging. We can cultivate loving relationships, both with ourselves and others, and experience the joy and fulfillment that comes from giving and receiving love unconditionally. As we move through our practice today, I invite you to bring your awareness to the center of your chest, to the radiant energy of your heart chakra. Allow yourself to connect with the energy of Anahata, opening your heart fully, not too full, and embracing the love that resides within.
It's like a Care Bear. Like, do you ever remember the Care Bears? I think it was from their belly, but I always, the heart chakra, I'm always like, boom! Like their Care Bear, like
Yeah,
rainbows coming right out of their heart.
yeah.
That's like, that'd be a cute little meme. Like heart chakra work. Boom! Care Bears.
Oh, I should make it.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
I'll try.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Can the
Okay.
Care Bear have my face on it?
Yeah, for sure. Send me the picture that you want me to use. I'll make it. Okay, so remember, nurturing your heart chakra, you unlock the door to a life filled with love, compassion.
How's your heart chakra?
Well, apparently I have a problem with forgiveness, so maybe my heart chakra is not fully open like I thought.
Do you have forgiveness
Because that
problems?
just like made me cringe.
But like, do you have forgiveness problems with everybody or specific people that you're holding into your heart space right now when you said that? Or is it just like a general like bleh, forgiveness? Who wants to forgive anybody?
I guess like the people who are closest to me are supposed to be closest to me, like family and really, really close friends. Those are the hardest ones that you can forgive, like because you have these expectations that they're not going to hurt you. So when they do, it's like harder to get over it and harder to forgive. And plus, they're like in your life constantly. So then you're like constantly reminded of like the hurt.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's with a lot of people.
Okay, so that's the thing for you. What about unconditional love? I just had this conversation recently with a mentee.
Huh, let me think about it. What was your discussion like?
That, well, the person that I was talking to was saying that they um never really believed in it, but they've learned to. And I said, I'm sort of the opposite way. I always believed in unconditional love. And then I've come to realize that, like, basically most love comes with conditions. You can't just like
Mm.
stomp on a person repeatedly or do things that hurt them over and over again, or just totally neglect and expect that they're just going to love you forever. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's an element of like people are really self serving in the end. Like, it seems like the majority of people put their needs above all else. And if what you can offer them does not align with what their needs are, that the love dissipates or it's held conditionally. Like, you're not enough for me. I don't know. That's what maybe it's
Yeah.
jaded. Maybe I'm a little jaded.
Mm.
And I don't mean this about like anybody in specific. I just feel like that's what I've observed over my lifespan. And the words I love you do not count as loving somebody, I don't believe.
Oh yeah, for
Like, I think
sure.
so many people think like, oh, I love you, or I forgive you, or oh, I'm sorry, but then like their actions don't back that up, or they don't have awareness that their actions aren't backing it up. Then like that's just wiped out. Your words don't matter. It's just painting a facade.
Yeah, I think I do believe in unconditional love. Like I can't imagine myself ever not loving my kids or my husband, like no matter what they do, like what level of hurt they cause. Like I may not like them in that moment. I may not like them for a while, but I'll still love them like deep down.
I think a big piece of what I've learned from observing your relationship too is that like I think the immature version of me always thought that love also meant like physical connection and physical closeness. But the fact
Hmm.
that like love doesn't need to be in the same space, right? Like you can still have an intense love and connection whether or not you're physically together. And that's
Yeah.
something that like the young version of me never understood, because I was like, very needy of physical connection in order to feel love. And that's changed as I've gotten older. And that's also shifted even more watching your beautiful marriage, like in relationship, grow and flourish over its course. And happy anniversary, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, 1 whole year.
Ooh, snaps for that. Anyway, we just totally digressed away from this Dharma talk. So we're good at that. We are strong.
Talking about love.
Fair. That was a beautiful Dharma talk. And it obviously inspired me to ask many questions and think about things. So those are the best kind. So thank you. And all right, so you just taught a class with Farin's awesome Dharma talk, and now we start moving people or doing what it is that we do with them, where we want to find a phrase to drop throughout the class, drop that hammer, and different points to help your students come back to this idea of exploring their fourth chakra, their heart chakra. So these are some things that I came up with, and they kind of depend on the direction I want to take the class. So one was open your heart. And this would be for a more literal heart opening class. Like once you land in the pose, open your heart. And it might be more literal, like, can you draw your shoulder blades together to feel the expansiveness of your heart center or something like that. So that's more like the literal physical type of phrase that I would use in ways.
Can I like go on a little mini tangent right here?
Oh yeah, we're super good at those. Yeah. Rock it.
What, in your opinion, is the difference between a heart opening class and a backbending class? Are they one and the same with just different words, or are they different?
I think physically they are the same. Like your body, in order to bend and bow the spine, you are opening up your heart, right? Like physically, on the totally physiological, biomechanical way, like back of the heart is contracting, front of the heart is opening.
But you had said just before this, if you squeeze your shoulder blades together, you're opening your heart. I can squeeze my shoulder blades together without going into a backbend, and my heart's open.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Okay. But if you are backbending,
it's more open if I'm backbending.
Right. It just depends how deep you want to take it. But like some people can't extend at the spine in that way. And so you would just focus on like retracting the scapula, drawing them together to feel your heart draw forward, versus to me, like backbending is often like forward and up. Right. So it's like that extra step. But I guess like literally backbending versus heart opening can be very synonymous. There's different ways of like pointing the focus of the mind. I feel like when I say heart opening, it tends to be more energetic focused, and backbending tends to be a little bit more physical focused. But I think that you can have a heart opening class with backbending energetically, but physically, I think if you're backbending, your heart is opening on the physical level.
Yeah. It's like just interesting to think about, like if you went into your class and were like, we're going to work on backbends today, then it might like intimidate people or make them like, I don't know. It's like that mindset of like you're bending over backwards for somebody. Like that phrase.
Which is not very heart centered.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's the opposite. But if you're like, okay, we're going to do a heart opening class today, there's just like a whole different mentality that your students would have.
So it's the
Even
words
if physically
that we choose.
It's the same class.
Yeah, but it's the words that we choose and the emotional reaction that creates in the people that are in your space, right? And sometimes that's samskaras, and I can give you an example. Like one of my students was writing a Dharma talk, and she chose to do it on saucha, on purity and cleanliness. And she kept using the word toxins, like the things that we have to do to eliminate the toxins. And I said to her, like, my brain, when I hear this Dharma talk, goes to like, I call BS, because like, I feel like detoxing is such a marketing ploy often, where like there's no actual proof that you are detoxing anything. It's just a way to get people to want to do things. And so for me, like my own samskaras, my own patterns and habits from previous experiences is like, I call BS on you. Like this yoga class is not going to detoxify anything. Whereas if you talk about what you can put into your body to keep things cleaner or purer, both energetically or physiologically or whatever, like I can buy into that a little bit more. And she's like, yeah, no, I don't have that same experience. That's your samskaras. Like, there's nothing wrong with the word toxins. And I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe. So it's the same idea with backbends, right? Like, it's like two sides of the same coin. Like, how does your word that you're using as a teacher land in people's energetic body to make them have a certain response? And we can't prevent, like, that leads to a whole different topic, right? Like, when you don't want to have harm in your students, you do as much as you can to eliminate harm. But someday you are going to energetically, emotionally, maybe even physically, God forbid, hurt a student. And like, you can't prevent that, right? Like, you could drive yourself crazy being like, I can't play this song because these words might be triggering. Or if I have the lights on this much, that might be too much. Or if the door is closed, that might be traumatizing. Like, you do everything you can to have a trauma informed space, and yet you will still potentially trigger somebody in some way, shape, or form. And to me, this conversation reminds me of that, right? That reminds me of that a little. Like, if you say backbend, are you going to like trigger somebody to like go into a fear state? Or if you say heart opening, maybe that's scary. Like that can be very, right? Like, that could be equally as to somebody.
Yeah.
It's really hard. There's a lot of pressure.
Someone who like just had their heart broken or something.
Oh yeah, it's like devastating. Now you're going to tell me to go to a class where I'm going to bust my heart open, like, choosingly? What?
Yeah.
You crazy. I'm not going back. Did I answer that? Did I miss anything?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, leaving the more physical, embrace compassion, right? Like, is there ways once you get people into postures to remind them to embrace compassion? You can elaborate, like compassion for self, whether or not whatever it is that you're feeling in this moment, can you embrace compassion for yourself? Love unconditionally, like a self-love class. Can you love yourself unconditionally throughout this class? And can you notice when you're using words or phrases that cut yourself down, that is not showing unconditional love? That could be hard.
Reminds me of ahimsa.
Oh yeah, all of these remind you of things, right? Like embracing compassion, that reminds you of Santosha, right? Like, right, there's so many parallels. It's great. Can you connect with empathy, or just connect with empathy? Or this one Farin would just love so very much: forgive and let go. Forgive and let go. As soon as you get into a pose, where do you need to find forgiveness? And can you practice letting go?
That's like forgiving yourself though, because you're the one practicing. So like maybe you like are in a balancing posture, you fall over, like forgive yourself and let go, like that kind of scenario.
Yeah, I don't remember where I heard this. We practice in the light what we need in the dark. So if we're feeling all good in our yoga practice and we don't have anything to forgive because we're just like moving our body and whatever, like, I'm just feeling fine right now. Is there places where you can practice forgiveness? So when you are in the dark and it feels impossible, you can use the resources that you cultivated in your class in order to help you through those dark times. Practice in the light what you need in the dark.
Yeah. I like it.
There's a Harry Potter quote that reminds me of that. Shoot, Dumbledore said it.
Oh, Jasmine has it written on our fridge.
I have it written on a shirt. On your fridge? Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if only one remembers to turn on the light. I love
Albus
that.
Dumbledore. Yeah, it's literally on the fridge. She wrote it out when she was like 6.
I can't believe that's on your fridge. It's on a t-shirt that I used to wear all the time, and Talia stole it from me, and I think she brought it to camp, and it has like ice cream stains on it now. But that quote, like, even though I can't ever remember it, like, really it like was like a ooh. Some quotes just like hit you hard, that was a good one.
Yeah. I think we'll put this in the inspo sheet.
Yeah. I don't know, do you have any others that you use when you teach heart stuff?
Heart chakra. I'm kind of similar to you in that I ask questions too when doing these phrases. So I would say, like, can you love yourself in this moment? Can you love yourself in this posture? I like to teach really like self-love classes. I have a lot of self-love playlists.
I don't.
Ooh, what does that tell you about yourself?
I hate myself. No.
Sorry.
Although I did just get this sweatsuit. It's like shorts and a sweatshirt from Target this past weekend, and it's like self-love all over it. And it's like all white with blue writing. And John and my kids, I wore it for the first time, and they were like, "What are you wearing?" Like they could not stop talking about my outfit and how like it's
Why?
because I never wear stuff like that. Like sweatshirt with
Oh.
matching shorts that have words all about like loving yourself, forgiveness, compassion. We should probably link to the outfit on Target's website because it's like legit the heart chakra.
Take a selfie and we'll just post it on our Instagram.
All right, it's in the wash right now,
And
so it might take a few days.
your self-love suit.
Oh my god, it can be the cover in my Care Bear outfit. Boo! What I was just thinking of, and I think we talked about this. I don't remember one of the chakras, or maybe it's just like introduction to the chakras. There's also a back of your heart.
Oh yeah.
So like when I do cats and cows on cow, I'm always like open the front of your heart, like lift up, draw it forward, hands pull back energetically toward your knees. Exhale for cat, press the back of your heart up to the ceiling as you push your hands down and energetically away. And I remember once somebody was like, the back of your heart. I'm like, yeah, what? There's a back.
Yeah, there's also sides of your heart.
Right? Like if you do a little
Like,
like child's pose side body stretch or something, or even like side angle, and you take the arm instead of up over your shoulder, bring it forward and like open the side of your heart. Feel it like the energy from your heart come through your rib cage, busting open your
yeah,
intercostal muscles. Wah!
yes. I love that. I say that a lot actually in class now that I think about it. I say
Bust up.
shine your heart.
I was like, bust open your intercostal muscles with your heart energy. You say that a lot.
No, I say like shine your heart towards the ceiling, shine your heart towards the mirror. Like, I don't know why shine your heart is like a phrase that I use, but it's there.
Do you like it? Is it a phrase that you enjoy that you use?
I just love it.
Okay,
Even if it
great.
doesn't make like total sense, I still like it. People like get the point.
It adds in the energetics with the directional cue. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I asked you that because there's so many times that we say phrases often without any thought, and we're like, I actually think that's a really dumb thing to say. Why do I even say that? Because we don't have
Yeah.
awareness.
We could create like a whole list of memes of like things yoga teachers say that are just like dumb.
Write it down. Oh my God. Let's do this. That would be a cute
Okay.
post. Good thoughts. Good thoughts. I can't write anything down because I'm in my closet and I have nothing near me other
I
than
got it down.
shoes.
I have a notebook and a pen. I got my water bottle. I'm like set up.
So we got a lot of phrases here. So we have our thematic through line, or like 8 of them, whatever. So let's talk about, we're starting to talk about how we bring this alive in class. What additional things do you think we should hit on? Things like our peak poses or our specific pranayama or anything else really related to the fourth chakra at all? Do you have anything?
I mean,
I made a little list, but let's hear
for
from you first.
oh, okay. So like a peak posture, I think like the ultimate heart opening, backbendy thing is wheel pose. Like you can't get any more open than that.
Do you teach wheel
So
often?
not often, but probably like once or twice a month.
I don't think I have taught it in years, other than
Really?
at like yoga teacher training or specific workshops. I often just say, if we're going to do backbends, right, like take a bridge or if wheel is in your practice. And then sometimes I'll walk around and support people that are in wheel, but I'd say 98.99%, maybe 99.99% of my students never ever do wheel or do not any longer in their practice. So I just don't
Hmm.
teach it because I don't know why I don't. Because if nobody in the room even seems to have the desire to even try it, I don't know. And to me, I practice wheel almost every time I'm on the mat personally.
Yeah, I love doing wheel. Maybe that's why I teach it more often. And there's a lot of like success in our classes with students doing wheel. And I also like to use what I learned actually in teacher training is like using the blocks.
On
If
it,
like you can't flex your wrists
at the wall,
or extension of the wrist, yeah, use the
yeah,
blocks at the wall at like an angle.
that's a great
And
one.
that, yeah, there's so many people that find success in it just because of that. It's like they can backbend, they can open their heart, but like their wrists bother them in that pose.
Yeah,
So
I get that.
cool.
Also to take your arms and feet a lot wider than the traditional cues would
Mm,
find. That gives a lot of people that have less opportunity in their shoulders to have more opportunity in the pose, and people that have more congestion in their low back to create more space in the low back. And it does not need to be like the dogmatic feet hip distance, totally facing forward, shoulders in line with the ears, like hands in line with the ears, like okay.
Yeah.
I also really like to do fish as a peak
Oh, okay.
pose of this, where you have like earlier in the class you can do it on blocks or a bolster, and then by the end you're doing like a full fish.
I don't teach fish very often.
I don't teach it often, but I like it, and I like that it
What if
connects.
you peaked to fish and you played only fish songs?
Oh shit, that's amazing. You feel like you're speaking my language. Oh my god. So Fish is coming to Mansfield, the town next to me, in July. I
Oh,
feel like I should be teaching a fish flow like that morning and have all the fish heads come to class.
you absolutely should.
I need to think this through. Fishy flow, peeking to fish.
Yep.
Fish. I like it. Okay, so
Yay.
fish or wheel, that works.
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea of starting class or midway through class, taking a moment to do a metta meditation. Like, you send love to, like, from close to far, right? So, like, self, your family, friends, people that are like your acquaintance, to the world at large, like all of the universe. Like, you send layers of love and compassion out, and not just for the people that you know and love, but further, further, further.
Yeah. Loving kindness meditation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I only call it that. I never call it meta because I think that people don't know what it means.
Well, being able to have love and compassion for people that you don't know or don't care for is hard for people.
Yeah.
So that's important.
hmm
Um,
Yeah.
what about pranayama?
The first one that came to mind is like a three-part breath because you do have like your hand on your heart and the other one on your belly. So like breathe into both of those spaces.
That works.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Loving is what I got. Remember that song? No. Are you too
Yeah, I think
young?
that should go on our inspo sheet.
A sublime mashup. I need to tell you something about me that you might not know. I know like 30% of the words of songs, and I make remaining 70%, and usually have no idea what a song is about, but I just get the feeling. This might shock
Okay.
you as a musician, but I get so distracted listening to the actual composition of the music that I have no idea what's happening with the words. Did you know this
Oh,
about me? Or
whoa.
is this a fun fact?
No, that's a fun fact.
I have
And I'm like the opposite.
memories.
It's all about the lyrics for me because I know nothing about music.
Oh, that's so
So
interesting.
if
I'm
the
kind of
lyrics aren't hitting,
curious.
then
I'm curious, listeners, if you are a musician, do you have trouble sometimes discerning the words of songs because you're so busy with the music that the words are almost just like, hey, okay, there's words, and you pick up some of them? I'm just curious. Wow. All right. See, we're really good at this stuff. Let's just bring it back for a hot second to
yeah.
our heart openers. If you were about to teach a class on either a wheel or fish, because they have similar actions, what
Mhm.
might you want to teach students throughout the whole class to layer through in order for their bodies to be prepared as you bring this thematic through line throughout?
Like different backbendy things, like
Mm-hmm.
squeezing your shoulder blades together,
Mm-hmm.
most likely, depending on your peak. Um, I would do other poses like half bow and then full bow,
Mm-hmm.
bridge,
Mm-hmm.
but like bridge, but then tucking your shoulders under,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like a standing backbend.
Dancer.
Oh, dancer too.
Oh, you mean like a crescent lunge or something with like a opening?
Or just like in like Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute, but then taking it into a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
a back bend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or to protect your low back, to take your hands like you're sliding them in your back pockets, squeeze your shoulder blades together, pull your elbows towards each other, little back bend that way.
Yeah, my new thing when I'm backbending lately, ever since hurting my lower back, what is this little self assist of bringing one hand onto your lower stomach, like below your belly button, and one hand
Mm.
onto your sacrum and lumbar spine, and draw your lumbar spine down, your tailbone down as you draw the lower belly up. So you're gently engaging your deeper core muscles. and then going back. So that keeps some length throughout the lower back versus like a lot of people when they backbend just dump to be able to feel like they're opening the heart more. And yeah, that's a kind of a cool one. Maybe a camel.
Oh yeah, half camel and then full camel.
So I hear a lot of opening the heart and opening the front body, like the quads, the hip flexors, the abdominals.
Yeah, gotta open it all.
Sounds really good. I want to do this class right now. Speaking of doing classes right now, I still have not done this, but I believe Farin has a free class up on YouTube right now. If you wanted to take a yoga class with Farin.
It's power yoga. You have to go to the Tower Yoga YouTube channel. I can link it. And then find my power yoga class. It's 30 minutes and it'll make you sleep.
I still haven't done it. I'm a really bad best friend. So yoga teachers, if this conversation or any of it inspired you to teach a class on the beautiful opening of your heart chakra, then please download our pretty inspo sheet found at themeweaversyoga.com/episode 36, where we list out additional inspiration related to the fourth chakra for you to help take your class on this theme to the next level. On that sheet, we include some inspirational quotes, such as Dumbledore, some songs, Sublime, and others that bring the theme to life, as well as mantras, mudras, specific pranayama, postures, and meditations to weave into your class.
Yeah, great, Heidi. So as my reverse Dharma talk, so the talk that you give at the end of the class, this is probably something that I would say. As we get ready to roll up our mat, I invite you to keep exploring your heart chakra as you walk into your daily life. Remember that you are love and you are loved. May you open your heart fully, embracing compassion and forgiveness, and may you radiate love and light to all beings. Do you love that?
I do. I actually end all of my classes when they sit up. I have them place their right hand over their heart, their left hand on top of their right, and take a moment to feel your heart beating beneath your hands. For me, that's my way of connecting to my initial purpose of becoming a yoga teacher was with my son's heart, right? So this like connection with heart at the end of every class is really important to me. Let me take a deep breath in. Then draw your chin towards your chest, towards your heart. And then I use my words that I end with. So like for me, like anything that's like very heart grounding and heart centered is just very, I love it.
Yeah, purposeful.
Oh, that's a really good word to use there. I like that choice. Good choice.
Yeah. Well, cool. So yeah, like Heidi said, go to our website, beingweaversyoga.com/episode 36, and the link will be in our show notes as well to request the inspo sheet for the fourth chakra, Anahata, and help you bring this theme alive in your own voice, in your own practice and teaching. Reach out to us on social media or email. Let us know how it lands. We also have a contact page on our website now, beingweaversyoga.com. Yeah, so we're here to support you, fellow yoga teacher, in your class prep and delivery. Let us know how we can be of the most support. Tune in next week for another episode of Theme Weavers, where we will help you feel prepared to go on and inspire your students in your next class. Spoiler alert, we're moving on to the fifth chakra.
Oh my God. I wonder if my voice will still sound like this as we talk about that one. Spoiler alert, we're recording it right after this because we like to batch record. So I bet my voice will still sound like this.
If you are unsure on how to weave a theme through your class, go back to episode 2 of season 1, Why Weave? The Importance of Threading Intention into Your Yoga, for background and inspiration. Until next time.
We weave you in peace, obviously. Peace, love. Oh, jinx.